the 7 o'clock news.
Hi, Bob. Yeah, I was taking my like, and we're gonna go over to Jimmy for the report. He was like, bye, Bob. I was like surprised, like they didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, oh, you're here. He's a live panda. He will literally rip your face off. In 82 degrees in the Middle East.
Yeah, I might have to go grab me a little massage, baby, tomorrow. You know what I mean? You know how they you know what I'm saying, when you get a massage, they bring you out a paper. You know what I'm talking about?
They never got a massage before.
Bring you out a paper and they got like a little body on it. And they tell you circle the spot. I'm gonna put a big old fat circle right here on my shoulder. Color that thing in or something. I'm like, goodness, I need that. This thing is killing me right now. Woo! All right. Sabbath peace.
Sabbath peace.
It's another opportunity for us to come together and hear and learn of the word of truth that's given to us by the Most High God. All honor goes to the Father through the Son, whose name is Yahushua. In him lies the only hope for salvation. It is obtained by grace through faith, not of lest anyone should boast, and given freely as a gift to all who obey him. In this state we should to all who obey him. If we do not obey him, are made obvious that we do not believe. In this state we should expect no good thing from the Most High. However, anything that we do get, whether it be a gift of tongues, a gift of prophecy, or what was that stuff you made up last week? Wasn't that you or was it Tasha that made? Somebody made something up last week on this part.
Bro, we had it right. You was just in denial.
No, you was. I think you had it right.
No, pretty sure I didn't. Somebody made something up on this part. Was it you?
Did, and there's video evidence. So.
All right, so if we run back the tape, and somebody made something up on this part,
that was true.
what do I get for my birthday?
What do I get?
What you?
I don't think you get a birthday this year.
His birthday coming up, February
30. I would
12.
like to he have a birthday this
13,
year.
17, 18, 12, 13, or 18.
Well, I'm gonna be 32 years old.
No, February 12, 13, 18.
12, 13, 18.
Or 18.
Neither.
One of those.
Ain't T is the 12?
Neither.
One of those.
No, it's not.
No, it's
It's
T is
not.
not
not
the 12?
14. It's 15.
Your birthday.
No.
It's 15.
I know,
right?
but ain't T is the 12? Somebody is the 12.
It's 15, right?
T is might be the 7th,
I
actually.
think 15 is Veron. You are.
There's a whole lot of February people.
Leisha's the 13th.
No one knows Leisha. Who is that?
That is my
You?
sister.
Oh, for real? Hey, Leisha, what's up? You are.
Charities is the
Nice
14th.
say, bro.
And Phil is the
I
16th.
never knew. Do y'all call her Leisha?
Elisha.
You got like 6 sisters.
I have 4.
Okay. We're going to have to study these names because I'm thinking you're wrong about your sister's name. Just saying.
They're just hey, how's it going?
They don't know my name. That's because it's only one of me, okay? It's 6 of you.
We live right now, too. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I'm just trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? If people tuning in around the world, they trying to hear the word. Y'all going back and forth about a sister darn name.
It was the 16th.
Ah, it's close.
Yeah, you know, there ain't no scammers on TV. You know what I mean? They probably
How
trying
you
to.
know they just might not surprise you with a birthday gift?
Yeah, nah.
Definitely not.
Right.
Yeah.
This man speaks blasphemy against Moses and God. That's what they gonna say.
Buddy. So any gift, whether it be a gift of tongues, gift of prophecy, or any supernatural experience that we may have, it can, we're going to run this take back too. It can and it will be used against us in the day of judgment.
You're doing that so confidently, you might want to just stop, bro. Whatever you say.
She be talking big trash over there.
I don't.
Low key.
I don't.
That said, peace to the saints that are in the room, to the saints that couldn't make it, no peace to the wicked. The only thing, I start saying that thing like, you know, like when you get on the airplane, You know how they talk when you get on the airplane?
Fasten your seatbelt at
Please
this time.
fasten your seatbelt as the flight will be a turbulence to
Yeah, the person is flying.
Oh,
That thing is a skill to be
San
talking
Antonio,
like that.
bro. That's
What?
even cheaper than Atlanta.
San Antonio got tornadoes.
Nah, what you talking about? Come
Thank
on,
you. I
man.
appreciate. See, I appreciate. It's an honest man. You know what I'm saying? It's an honest man.
I ain't never
right
been to
here.
San Antonio.
All right.
Why
then.
you say no?
I would imagine it's not.
I would imagine it's not. I don't want it to be.
Texas, man.
I'm from Las Vegas.
Of course. Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana.
All that tornado, huh? Oh yeah. See, I ain't got no.
Come on, bro. What's the odds? We can get it in.
I was
out
watching
there.
a show on Netflix called Messiah.
What?
Oh, I saw the little.
Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even look at it. I just
It's
saw
a good
it.
show.
I started cracking up.
They got this Arabian.
Yeah, that's why I saw that on there too.
I said, y'all getting closer. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, getting closer. They got the darn Arabian Jesus.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because they like play it off like, ooh, is he a terrorist? It's so racist, bro. It's like, is he a terrorist or is he really Jesus? You know what I'm saying? It's a good show though. The show is actually good. But why did I bring that up? What we talking about, tornado?
Tornado.
Yeah, so he make it to Texas. You know what I'm saying? And when he get to Texas, you know what I'm saying, it's like a tornado that sweep the whole town. And this guy's daughter was out running out there, you know what I'm saying? And he just walk up in the midst of the tornado with her, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying, saved her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw that, only thing I was thinking about, Texas has tornadoes. That's out of the question. You know what I'm talking about?
But the crib.
I mean, I don't even know if it's factually, you know what I'm saying, if it's factual. I'm just saying that
But the houses.
according to this
are,
TV show,
The houses are big on for the low.
Yeah,
bro.
but
right.
do you know how much the home or
I ain't about to be
home
rebuilding them
insurance
things
has
every
to be
8 years.
to cover for natural disasters?
Yeah, they
like that?
I think in Houston you got to pay for hurricane insurance. I don't know about San Antonio.
Insane.
But Houston you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay my black butt right here in Las Vegas. Ain't all I gotta worry about is
Hey,
scorching
hey,
heat.
hey,
You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, look, okay. We can get a big old house for the low. I got a bunch of kids. I can't stay out here. I don't got no front yard, backyard.
Give me a house where I ain't gotta worry about a tornado.
Alright,
I'm good.
alright. You coming?
Yeah, if
I
ain't
can't
gotta
move by
worry,
myself.
if I ain't gotta worry about a tornado, it's in consideration.
Alright.
Atlanta, we good.
We can go there. We can go there. My boy was like, you know what I'm saying? It feel good to go to Atlanta and see black folks running everything. He's like, yeah, I like
It's
that.
so humid out there and the bugs.
Oh, that's everything. Bugs. I don't like bugs, man.
That is true.
I'm a city boy. You know what I'm talking
You guys
about.
are hilarious.
I'm taking my man. He can be my tour guide. He been up and down the South. He know about the South. He can,
Yeah, that boy pop out, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, with
yeah.
the high shorts. Boy pop out with that machete. I don't even worry about it. We just come right here. Clink. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. Just cut through these bushes right here. Clink, clink. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, buddy. That boy get it done. That boy out there barefoot. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, spring break. We going to Atlanta.
Home sweet home.
I'm down.
That boy accent changed and everything.
You
know what I'm talking about?
Give me like a week.
You know what I'm saying? That boy step out there, only wear shoes in the city. You know what I'm talking about? That boy jump out there.
My man got a banjo on the front porch.
Even got how to pop lock and everything. That boy be out there. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's how you gotta do it though.
Warm out today. Even warmer yesterday.
Boy cutting his apple with the machete.
Why do you cut the apple and still bite it?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point because he's a savage. Yeah, but he is a savage.
You know, we're still live.
We are still alive. That said, peace to the saints in the room, to the saints that couldn't make it, but no peace to the wicked. The only thing we say to them is repent that they might
These are
live.
normal people like that, normal conversation. You know what I'm saying? Usually people see us do this, then every time they see us, they get talking about God and the Bible and stuff. It's like, I like sports. We can talk about sports. We can talk about sports right now. It's cool.
It's
Man.
fine.
Don't feel pressured into
Yeah,
getting to know God because you see me. You know what I'm saying?
that thing be funny. You bump into people, oh, God is good. God is good. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Hi, how you doing?
How are you doing though? You know what I'm saying? You good? You all right?
How's your family? Is everything all right?
It work good with you? I mean, I don't know. Oh, just blessed and highly favored with the Lord. I'm like, all right. minute.
Right.
You're creepy.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
No, right.
I'm saying we trying to have regular conversations. Well, the Lord, why the Lord always doing something when you talking to me? I just saw you talk to my man. You had nothing to say about the Lord. You get talking to me, the Lord done so much. He trying to show you so much. Goodness gracious. I know y'all don't care about no darn God. Why you trying to pretend for me? That thing is irritating. Because it put you in the position where it's like, all right, now I got to either call you a liar. You know what I'm saying? I got to like call you out and be like, oh, well, no, you're doing that all wrong, going about it all wrong. That's what you got to do. And I know you're not even interested in that. So now I got to kill all this time having this whole conversation with you that you was never interested in the first place. You just thought you were doing something to make me more comfortable. So you made me come, just shut your darn mouth. You know what really make me comfortable? Don't even say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Just keep darn walking. I ain't never been so darn comfortable one darn life.
You're such a mess, bro.
I'm just saying how that thing goes. Some of these people's like, talking to you, that thing be a burden. You don't understand, that thing's a burden.
It is.
My boy texted me, you know what I'm saying? He texted me, I ain't talked to him about a year. He texted me, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, man, I just wanted to reach out to you. So I'm looking, oh, man, he must be going through something. He want me to talk to him about God. No, that thing's a burden. I'll be like, all right, man, okay. All right, man, what's going on, this, that, and
You
other.
gotta go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
You're not getting close. Trust me.
That boy, he was, you know what I'm saying, he beating around the bush, talking about all types of other stuff, job opportunity and all that stuff. So we talking about it. I'm like, all right, sooner or later, he just gonna lay it on me like this is what I really need. And he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna approach life differently. This time I was like, there it is. There it is. You know what I'm saying? Approach life different. They get talking like that. It's like, oh, there it is. You know what I'm saying? I just need you. You know, I'm going through this. Can you just tell me what part of the Bible can give me some encouragement for this? Oh, goodness. As soon as I hear that one, I just be, oh.
That's not how this works.
That's
That's not how any of this works.
It doesn't work that way. Just start at the beginning and learn it. Have you ever tried, like, let's try something different? Actually learn the Bible. You know what I mean? Oh, and then, here's an idea. After you learn it, do what it says. That's an idea. Let's go with that, right? Let's learn it and then let's actually like obey it, right? Then let's see what happens after that. We don't make it that far though, right? Everybody looking for a quick fix, especially in our generation, right? We're looking for a quick fix. That ain't tough.
It is tough, man.
It's tough to be able to pick up an iPhone and go to whatever web page you need to, get whatever information you need to, get the little excerpt, watch a little clip of a video. You ain't got to watch the whole movie. You just watch the clip of the movie that you want. You know what I'm saying? A little part of the movie that you want. You can just get right to it. Whatever you want, you can get right to it. 5 minutes, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? People don't even, you know, like TV ratings going down because people don't even watch TV no more. What they do is they wait until after the Grammys, right? Like the Grammy ratings every year is going down, going down. You know why? Because they're wait until after the Grammys, and guess what? I watch a clip, right? I'm just gonna watch my favorite performer or my favorite artist. I'm just gonna watch their acceptance speech, or I'm just gonna watch a clip of their performance. I don't want to sit here and watch the whole. So like that's us. That's our generation. You know what I mean? And then you got the Bible. So now the question is, okay, just give me, you know what I mean? Just give me that verse that, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I know, but just give me the verse. All right, just give me, what chapter should I read? Okay, which part? Okay, this is what I'm going through. Give me what I need of the Bible, because I'm looking for the clip. I'm looking for the movie clip. I'm looking for the, you know what I'm saying? Just give me the YouTube version. It's like, yeah, no, it just doesn't work that way. It's different, right? You got to change your mind. That's what the book is about. It's about changing your entire mind. Have to. Right? Everything got to be reordered. Everything got to be reordered. Let's see what we talking about. We left off Esther last week. I don't know what we were talking about last week. We ain't talking about nothing we were supposed to be talking about last week. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say we wasn't talking about nothing we were supposed to. We wasn't talking about nothing that was on the schedule last week. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna go to Esther. I think we left off the week before last at Esther chapter 3 verse probably about 15. So I think what I have written down here. Well, no, I don't have that written down here. I'm thinking it's like Esther.
Esther 3:15.
Okay. Is that the last verse of the chapter?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
All right, then let's do Esther chapter 4. This is Esther chapter 4, verse 1. Esther chapter 4, verse 1. I want to write a play. I don't know how to write no play though.
Read
Gotta
it.
write the dialogue, stage directions, like think of how you want stuff to be, and then what you want the people to say.
How do I put a play in my backyard though?
What do you mean how?
You need to pave it first.
No, they ain't had no roads.
They definitely have roads. These are some.
Did you see the VeggieTales version?
These are some advanced ancient civilizations we talking here.
Advanced.
A whole lot of dirt though.
Yeah. It
A
could
whole lot
work.
of dirt. You know what I'm saying? That might be historically accurate. I like where Shanique's going with this. Get y'all butts out there barefoot in that darn sand.
First of all,
Yeah.
Little sandal. Put your little sandal on. They got the little Jesus. Girls always wearing the Jesus sandal. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get you a little bit of Jesus sandal. Strap that thing up between the toes. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's a Jesus sandal. You ain't never seen a Jesus sandal? One the white Jesus be wearing? That's the one these women be wearing. They putting them things on. I hate them things. I think, you know when it comes to feet or shoes, that boy Omar got me to this day still hating wedges. You remember Omar used to always attack women that wear, not attack, I don't want to be, he ain't attack no women, but you remember he always made fun of girls that wore wet wedges? You remember that?
they're more comfortable. in
Omar
these
from what's his name?
Omar, yeah, from Western.
He did.
Yeah, but
Yeah, in high school he did.
Nah, it would have
Like
been after.
when we
yeah,
was like hanging out.
Yeah, it would have been after.
I don't remember that.
I think it was after high school. I don't think he did it.
It was an epidemic back in the day.
Bro, he used to give it to him when they was wearing wedges. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Wedges are ugly. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, you got on some wedges. I with my white boy walking out with some darn wedges. I'd trip her. You know what I'm saying? Just jump it down. You better get you some darn shoes. I can't do no darn wedges.
Some of them are
But
terrible, but some
all
of them are.
There's literally not one pair of wedges.
There's a few that don't look bad, but I've seen some.
There's
that's
not
look
one
bad.
pair of wedges that are acceptable.
I mean, they like my least favorite, but it is like some pair that's like fine.
But the worst is the Jesus sandals that got like the ankle part. You know what I'm saying? Like the high top Jesus sandals. Them things. Crazy.
I know what you talking about.
I be looking at them, I be like, you put them on this morning. Like, you put them on.
I know what you talking about.
You had choices. Oh, you had a whole closet. I know you got a closet full of shoes. And you was
Those
like,
are cute.
those.
Don't Tasha got some?
You better watch your mouth. Do you got some?
I don't
You better not have
know.
none.
She used to have them.
Please. If she got some, she ain't never worn. Not around
I
me.
did.
Oh, please. Them they would have got ripped off your
Man
darn
said
feet.
no.
They had chains on them and all.
No, that's crazy.
They
That thing
did.
is
They
crazy.
had leopard. The bottom of the shoe was leopard. The top
High
shoe
top,
was
huh?
black, and they had chains.
High top darn sand. That thing is nuts.
You know, I got short, stubby legs, so they weren't high top.
Yeah, maybe that's how you get away with it. I ain't never seen it. What we got? It's Esther chapter 4, verse 1. Let's see what the book say. Y'all in here playing all night.
I thought you guys.
Shanice got to go to work in the morning.
I thought you were talking about heel action.
I gotta get gas.
With Mordecai, you got
Shanice
gas.
got gas.
I gotta go get gas. I can't put it off till the morning.
Over there
Shanice
far.
got
Go.
gas.
You guys go. I know.
When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes, and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud, bitter cry.
Why is he crying? Who remembers why he crying? TJ, what happened? Remember we were talking about it not last week, but the week before. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard the names. You heard Mordecai. You would stand up. You remember Trey heard Haman and he would stand up. Zahar heard I don't know. Oh, no, I don't think Zahar had a name. I think it was Azariah heard Esther. She would stand up. And Eli heard the king and he would stand up. Right? You don't remember what happened? Who else remember what happened?
Which part?
Oh, well, when, that's when.
Why would Mordecai be crying right now? We picking up from what we left off.
What she get? She got locked up. What did she get?
Locked up.
No, that's gonna do, what they gonna do, cast lots, right?
They casting lots, right? So we had the lots and we started to cast. Remember we played it out. We flipped the coin, right? And we had to flip the coin for every what? Flip a coin for every what? We had to cast lots for every what? What did we cast lots for? It was 12 of them.
Months.
months, right? We cast lots for every month. And it landed on the 12th month after we cast our lot. Right? And on that 12th month, what did Haman, remember Haman was casting lots, and he got permission from the king. What did Haman purpose to do in the 12th month based off of what he cast lots to do? This would be the reason why Mordecai is crying. Why would Mordecai be crying based off of Haman casting lots and it landed on the 12th month? What was going to happen on that 12th month that would make Mordecai cry?
They're going to kill the Jews, right?
They're going to kill all our people.
Yeah.
Right? They said, all the Hebrews, oh, let's get that. But all the people that came from Judah, let's get their butt. Right? They're going to kill all our people. So he cast lots to figure out what month we going to do it in. After casting lots, it fell on the 12th month. Okay? So 12th month, we going to get it done. Right? When Mordecai heard about it, he rent his clothes, the book say. Then he sat in what?
Sackcloth and ashes.
Then he sat in sackcloth and ashes. Right? Watch here. Keep going.
And came even before the king's gate, for none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth.
Okay.
And in every province, wheresoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was a great mourning among the Jews, and fasting and weeping and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes.
Right? So all our people start hearing about it. Like, this is the decree. Like, imagine just like you living somewhere, they'd be like, yeah, the last month of the year, all y'all about to get attacked. But no. Y'all keep chilling. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. Just wait on it. It ain't coming up yet. So all the people looking like, oh, we know we can't win. We outnumbered. And the king is sanctioning it. You know what I'm saying? So it's legal for this to happen. Think of it like what's that movie?
The Purge.
The Purge. Think of it like The Purge, but it's only one group of people that get attacked. Right? All right, keep going. Let's see.
So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told it to her.
Mm-hmm.
Then the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai and to take away his sackcloth from him.
Right? And remember, Esther, nobody knew that Esther was a Hebrew. Right? Mordecai told her to keep that secret. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. And she listened to him. So nobody knew she is a Hebrew. It's kind of like Shanice's name.
That's how you know. That's how you know the Medes and Persians are black.
Right.
Because Shanice come from Janice. And Janice? Oh, that come from John. And John? That come from Yehukanah. You make that work out. You know what I'm talking about? Go. 100%.
Right there, boy.
You know what I'm talking about? How that work. Because Jesus. I come from East.
Like, what would happen if you don't pick on me?
That's not picking on you. I'm telling you that you're a Hebrew. I'm trying to show the connection. That's your genealogy. I was. You know what I'm talking about? See, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody ever appreciate when I put it out there.
Oh, that's just a bunch of names.
I didn't see where you were going with that at all. So we look at it and we see Mordecai. He gets new clothes that come from Esther. Esther, like, you know what I'm saying? Take away that sackcloth and ashes. Nobody knew who Esther was. Nobody knew she was a Hebrew. She's sitting in there with the king. The king just signed off for her people to die. Right? He don't know his woman, his wife, is that people. Right? She hear about it. She secretly said something to Mordecai, like, you know what I mean? It's all right. We're going to figure this out. Right? So let's see what happened next.
Then called Esther for Hatak, one of the king's chamberlains, whom had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was.
Mm-hmm.
So Hatak went forth to Mordecai unto the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him, and of the sum of money that Haman had promised to pay the king's treasuries for the Jews to destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy them, to show it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her, and to charge her that she should go in unto the king to make supplication unto him, and make request before him for her people.
Mm-hmm.
And Hatak came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Again, Esther spoke unto Hatak, and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come up to the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death.
Right? So if you come to the king and you are, what verse is that?
11.
Right? If you come to the king and you are not called, what would happen? Huh?
You get put to death.
It's right there. He said it's a decree. Let's read it again.
All the king's servants.
That's verse 11?
Yeah.
This is Esther chapter 4, verse 11. Watch this.
All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman,
Everybody know, man or woman, whosoever what?
shall come unto the king in the inner court who is not called.
If the king is in the inner court, and you walk your butt up to the king, and that man didn't call you, what happened?
There is one law of his to put him to death, except such to whom the king...
The only way your butt ain't getting put to, listen, your butt about to die. The only way you can live from this is what?
If the king shall hold out the golden scepter that he may live.
Oh, man.
Talking about Yahushua.
Oh, man. What he talking about? Why you talking about Yahushua?
Because
Wasn't the scepter when they held up the snake and everybody was no?
no, because that
No,
represents.
close
that
though.
represents-
Scepter.
that's like
Where do we see scepter though? Scepter. Where can I find that?
Hint. Hint. You just gonna-
I don't want to throw a hint because I know he just read it. So, you know, I want to see if he can get it without a hint first.
And 5.
Oh, you want a hint?
Because
Yeah.
I want to know what it is.
First book.
What happened? Scepter?
It's in Genesis.
Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Not whenever Genesis.
Mm-hmm. Grab Genesis chapter 49 for me.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm not gonna read this.
It's Genesis chapter 49. Give me verse 8. What does the book say?
Wait.
The man held out a scepter. If the man hold out a scepter, what does that mean?
You live.
You live. But if you walk your butt inside of if the king is in the inner court, the king, you know what I'm saying? The king is, you know what I'm saying, just walking around outside, you run up on him, all right, that's different. But if he is in the inner court and you walk onto him, you must die unless the man hold out the scepter to you. It's Genesis chapter 49. Give me verse 8. Watch what the book says.
Judah, thou art he whom your brother shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's
Judah!
children shall bow down before thee.
Your brother's gonna praise you. Your hand gonna be in the neck of the enemies. They gonna bow down and praise you, right? Bow down before you. Watch this.
Judah is a lion's whelp.
Mhm.
From the prey, my son, you are gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion.
Uh-huh.
And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Uh-huh.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come. And
So
unto
who-
him shall be the gathering of the people.
So who gonna have the scepter? Judah. Judah will have the scepter. Right? Judah will have the scepter. Right? Who came from Judah? Yahushua. Right? The rule, the kingdom will be in Judah. Grab Exodus chapter 33. That's good. When we looking at this, that's what we gotta be thinking. We gotta be looking like, oh, that sound a lot like the man. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's somebody you can't walk up on him. And if you do walk up on him, he gotta hold out the scepter. That sound familiar. That sound like the man when we hear that, right? That's good. That's how we gotta be thinking when we look at the book. All right. Exodus chapter 33, verse 18. Let's see what the book says. Exodus chapter 33, verse 18.
And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory.
Who's talking right now?
Moses,
Moses, right? Moses said, I beseech thee. What beseech mean?
beg you.
I'm begging you. Can you show me your glory, please? Talking to the who?
God.
The Most High, right? So he talking to the Most High God. He begging the Most High God to show him his glory. What did the Most High God say to
And
him?
he said, I will make all my goodness pass before you.
He said, listen, I'm going to make all my goodness pass before you. What else?
And I will proclaim the name of Yahuwah before you,
and I'm gonna proclaim the name of Yahuwah before you, right?
and will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will show mercy to whom I will show mercy.
I'm gonna look out for whoever I want to look out for. But watch this.
And he said, you cannot see my face, for there shall no man see me and live.
You walk up on me, your butt dead. That got that. He told me. He was like, listen, I'm a pass before your butt. I'm gonna proclaim the name of Yahuwah. I'm gonna even show a little bit of love. But if you try to see my face, you walk up on me, your butt gonna die. Right? All right, let's see what we got. Grab Exodus chapter 17 real quick. Somehow we got to piecemeal this thing together, just kind of make sure it all fit. This is Exodus chapter 17. Give me verse 8.
TJ, get up.
This is Exodus chapter 17, verse 8.
Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim.
Oh,
And
watch
Moses
this.
said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out to fight with Amalek.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand.
Watch this.
So Joshua did as Moses commanded him.
Mhm.
So Joshua did as Moses had said to him,
Mhm.
and fought with Amalek. And Moses and Aaron and went up to the top of the hill.
All right, so Amalek came after us, right? Moses sitting there, he said, Joshua, go fight. Right? Joshua, go fight. Joshua said, all right, let's go do it. Right? Then Moses, Aaron, and who? And they went where?
To the top of the hill.
Okay, so they went to the top of the hill.
And when it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon. And Aaron and stayed up his hands, one on one side and one on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
His hands was what?
Steady until going down of the sun.
That got that hole we got there. Let me get Mark. It's Mark chapter 15.
TJ, get up.
This is Mark chapter 15. Give me verse 30. It seemed like when Moses had his hands up, they win. Like Israel prevailed, the book say. But I mean, when he got tired and his hands went down, Amalek would prevail. So then Aaron got on one side of him, and then Hur got on the other side of him, and kept his hands steady up. I mean, I don't know what that could have been. Cause I remember it was, I don't know, let's see what the book say. It's Mark chapter 15, give me verse 30.
Save thyself and come down from the cross.
Oh, they talking to him. Who is this talking?
People.
Right? It's the people of Judah. They looking at Yahushua, they're like, oh, you the man, ain't you? Oh, no, you supposed to be the son of God. I tell you what, how about you save yourself and get down from the cross? Right? Let's see, keep going.
Likewise, also the chief priests, mocking and said among themselves with the scribes, he saved others, himself he cannot save.
Oh, you did all the miracle, boy. Why don't you go ahead and snap your fingers and come on down from that cross then? They mocking them, the book say. Right? What up?
Let the Messiah, the King of Israel, descend now from the cross, that we may see and believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they that were crucified with him reviled him.
Mm-hmm.
And when the 6th hour was come, there was darkness over the whole land unto the 9th hour. And at the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice, saying, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, which is being interpreted, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?
So he had his hands up until the evening, just like Moses. Go back, right? Go back. It's Exodus chapter 17. Should be about verse, 11, 10? It's Exodus chapter 17. What verse are we? 11? 12? It's Exodus chapter 17, verse 12. What does the book say?
But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, And he sat thereon, and Aaron and Ur stayed up his hands on the one side, and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
Until the going down of the sun. Right? Yahushua was steady on that thing until the going down of the sun. Then after that, they had to get his butt up out of there, didn't they? Because why did they have to get him up? What was coming?
Evening.
The high Sabbath, wasn't it? They had to get his butt out of there. Like, yeah, no, we got to start prepping. It's the high Sabbath coming. We get his butt up out of there. Right? That's book. All right, let's see what we got. This is Esther chapter 5. It's Esther chapter 5. Give me verse 1.
Now it came to pass on the third day that Esther put on her royal
On what
apparel.
day?
The third day. That Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house. The king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house, over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Esther the queen standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight. The king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand.
Just like Genesis tells us. Scepter going to be with Judah.
So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is your request?
Watch this. Go grab Numbers chapter 24 for me real quick. It's Numbers chapter 24. Give me verse 15. Whole book talking about the man. No matter what page we turn to, whole book talking about the man. Even if we don't notice it, whole book talking about the man. This is Numbers chapter 24, verse 15.
And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor has said, and the man whose eyes are open has said. He has said, which heard the words of God, and knew the knowledge of the Most High.
This is Balaam talking, right? Watch what he said.
Which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open.
Right? Balaam fell into a trance and he had his eyes open. Watch this.
I shall see him, but not now.
He said, I'm going to see the man, but not now.
I shall behold him, but not near.
I'm going to behold him, but I ain't going to be close to him. Watch
There
this.
shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth.
That's the scepter. All right? That's the scepter. If that thing held out to us when we approach, that's our life. That's why Yahushua is able to see. Most High God told us, ain't nobody going to see me. Right? But when the Most High God hold out the scepter, who is Yahushua, oh, then we get life. Right? Otherwise, we good as dead. All right? But we got to be worthy enough for the Most High God to hold out that scepter to us. That's what it represents when Esther walked up. Right? Then the man asked her, what's your request? All right, let's jump back. It's Esther chapter 5. He said, what's your request? What you need?
Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Esther, and what is your request? It shall be given to you to the half of the kingdom. And Esther answered, If it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him. Then the king said, Cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Esther has said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared. And the king said unto Esther at the banquet of wine, What is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. And what is your request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be performed. Then answered Esther and said, My petition and my request is, if I found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition, and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them, and I will do tomorrow as the king has said. Then went Haman forth that day joyful and with a glad heart, But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he stood not up nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself.
Right? So y'all see what happened right now. Right? Haman don't like Mordecai. He don't like Hebrews. But especially he don't like Mordecai. Why?
Mordecai didn't bow to him or move up.
Remember, originally Mordecai didn't give him the honor that everybody else was giving him. Mordecai was just looking like, man, you. Let's take a garage.
Yeah.
Okay. Mordecai was just looking like you a regular dude. Right? Haman was like, oh no, I'm the man now. I think you need to do a little more than that. Mordecai wasn't with it. Right? Just because of our people, right? We're not about to just give honor to anybody. You know, our people like, you know, he's just a regular dude. Haman didn't like it, so that started the beef between them. So now Esther is inviting Haman and the king. Mordecai there, he passing by him, and he just looking like, oh, he just rubbed me the wrong way. You still not giving me no honor. Keep going, watch this. He said he withheld though. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't freak out. He didn't lash out at him. Because you know he there on an invite to Esther. So let's see what happened.
Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself, and when he came home, he sent and called for his friends and Zeresh his wife. And Haman told them of the glory of his riches and the multitude of his children, and all the things wherein the king had promoted him, and how he had advanced him above the princes of service of the king. Haman said, moreover, yea, Esther the queen did let no man come in with the king unto the banquet that she had prepared but myself. And tomorrow I am invited unto her with the king. Yet all this avails me nothing so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. Then said Zeresh his wife and all his friends unto him, let gallows be made of 50 cubits high, and that tomorrow speak thou unto the king that Mordecai may be hanged thereon.
Right? So his wife and his friends, they gave him advice. It's like, look, this is how you handle this problem. Hang him. Make an example out of him. Right? Let's see. Keep going.
Then go thou in merrily with the king unto the banquet. And the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made. On that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of the Chronicles, and they were read before the king.
Look at God. On that night, right? Right before Haman was about to ask for him, or ask for Mordecai to get hung on the gallows, right? He about to make an example of him. It just so happened on that same night, the king couldn't sleep. So he's like, I don't know, I need something to do. I can't get no sleep. Give me something boring. You know what I'm saying? Who got something boring? I got it. Go get the histories for me. Go get the histories. Now just read me the histories. You know what I'm saying? Just read me, you know what I'm saying, some of the old stuff that happened. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing better to do. I know that'll put me to sleep. And look what ended up being read.
And it was found written that Mordecai had told of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hand on King Ahasuerus. And the king said, what honor and dignity has been done for Mordecai for this? To Mordecai for this. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, there is nothing done for him. And the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was come into the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king, to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him. And the king's servant said unto him, behold, Haman stands in the court. And the king said, let him come in. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delights to honor?
Right? So the king is just, look, the king just happens to read or hear about Mordecai who saved his life. And he is like, oh, that's who was responsible for saving my life? Okay, so what did we do for him when he did that? And people was like, no, nothing was done for him. He was like, oh, somebody knocking at the door? Yeah, it's Haman. I'll tell Haman to come in. So all is just happening right now by chance. So Haman comes in. Let's hear about it.
Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to honor more than myself?
King asked him, what should I do for the one I would want to honor? And Haman mind, he looking like, gotta be talking about me. Right? King want to honor me. I'm his man. So let's see what Haman said.
And Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delights to honor, let the royal apparel be brought, which the king used to wear, and the horse that the king rides upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head. And let his apparel and horse be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble princes, that they may array the man withal, whom the king delights to honor, and bring him to horseback through the street of the city, and proclaim before him, thus shall it be done for the man whom the king delights to honor.
He said, let the man ride around and look like a king for the day. And let a noble person that honors him, let him go and let him be the one to proclaim it in front of him. So Haman thought this was about to happen to him. Right? Haman was like, okay, the king he just asking me what I want to be done pretty much. So he gonna hook me up like this. Watch how it play out.
Then the king said to Haman, make haste, and take the apparel and the horse, as you have said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew that sits at the king's gate.
How you think that made Haman feel? Right? Haman sitting there steaming like, Mordecai? What in the world are you talking? The Hebrew? All right, let's hear about it.
Let nothing fail of all that thou hast spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Then took Haman the apparel and the horse, and arrayed Mordecai, and brought him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaimed before him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delights to honor.
Mm-hmm.
And Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hasted to the house mourning and having his head covered.
Mm-hmm.
And Haman told Zeresh his wife and all his friends everything that had befallen him.
Mm-hmm.
Then said his wise men and Zeresh his wife unto him, if Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews, before whom you have begun to fall, thou shalt not prevail against him, but shalt surely fall before him.
Mm-hmm.
And while they were yet talking with him, came the king's chamberlains, and hasted to bring Haman unto the banquet that Esther had prepared.
Mm-hmm. That's it in the chapter?
Yeah.
What's the next chapter?
7.
That was all the 6?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll hold off. You know what I'm saying? We'll grab 7 next week. Let's grab 7. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and grab 7 real quick. Yeah, let's grab 7. Might as well finish it out.
So the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther the queen, and the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And Esther the queen answered and said, if I found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request.
Mm-hmm.
For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I would have held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage.
Mm-hmm.
Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he, and where is he that does presume in his heart to do so? And Esther said, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. And the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden. And Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen.
Mm-hmm.
For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
Mm-hmm.
Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine.
Watch it.
And Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was, and said to the king, and then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house?
Right? So Haman fell. He landed on the bed of the queen. The king already a little hot because it's a woman. He's like, oh, you trying to kill my woman with all that. Right? Because she revealed to him, she was like, this is my people. Like, just give me my people. So he looked at it like, was Haman trying to get rid of my woman with this? Like, what was it? Oh, no, okay, so he's steaming. He's steaming. Haman fall and having to fall on the bed where Esther is. So he's looking like, oh, so you going to rape my woman in front of me. So now the king just hot, right? He all over the place now. Watch how this thing play out.
And the word went out of the king's mouth, and they covered Haman's face.
Uh-huh. So they put, put the bag over his head. They put that black bag over his head. That's how I like that.
Like
man.
a mob. Like
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They put that thing over his head. They like, yeah, we gonna handle him. Watch this.
And Harbona, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold, also the gallows of 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, stands in the house of Haman.
Mm-hmm.
Then the king said, hang him thereon.
Right? So the gallows that he built, right? He built them to hang Mordecai. Guess what happened? His butt about to get hung on him. Right? Watch this.
So they hanged Haman
Or
on the
hanged on him.
gallows.
Right? His butt about to get hanged on
prepared
him.
for Mordecai. Then the king's wrath was pacified.
Right? Then the king felt better. Like, okay. All right? Watch this. Keep going.
On that day did the king Ahasuerus give the house of Haman the Jews' enemy unto Esther the queen, and Mordecai came before the king, for Esther had told what he was unto her.
Mm-hmm.
And the king took off his ring which he had taken from Haman, and gave it to Mordecai. And Esther set Mordecai over the house of Haman. And Esther spake yet again before the king, and fell down at his feet, and besought him with tears to put away the mischief of Haman the Agagite, and his device that he had devised against the Jews. Then
So you know they call him an Agagite. We ain't gonna go through all the stuff right now, but an Agagite is related to the Amalekites. The Amalekites is the ones that was going up against Joshua, where Moses had to hold up his hands. That's why I grabbed that, right? I forgot that it wasn't gonna say it said Agagite right here. I thought it said Amalek, but Agagite ties back to Amalek. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they was fighting against. So our people was always at variance with these people, right? Haman was other people that way back when Moses was at, and the Most High God said because of the way they attacked us from the rear. The Most High God said, never forget, right? So there's always been enmity between the two of us, and so now you see that play out between Haman and Mordecai, and they end up, you know what I'm saying, Haman ended up getting got for it. All right, so we'll look at the rest of it. How much we got left in this chapter? What chapter is it? 7?
7.
You started 8.
About 17.
We started at chapter 8.
We on 8. We on 8:4.
Okay, let's stick right there. We'll come back to 8. We'll finish 8 and 9 next week. Any questions? All right, well, let's pray out.
That boy's like, please, don't kill me. Don't kill me.